Dude, I had the most unhinged YouTube comment of all time. Absurd downplay. It's like you don't even know what you're talking about. It's really unreal. The stuff that this person wrote about Ken is like they have literally no clue what they're talking about. They're so wrong about the game. It's like impressive. If you said that shit to like anybody who's good at the game, this is a real YouTube comment. I promise this is not a joke. People, they don't like your opinions about fighting games, and then they write this. Blanca is fun because he is stupidly OP, lol. Gief is the most underrated character in the game. He's top 10 for sure. Gief's problem is that you have to play him a certain way or you'll probably lose. What a sentence. Now that you said that, it makes a lot of sense. Complaining about not being able to mash with Aki is pretty funny though. Maybe don't rely on DR jab spam like a scrub. By the way, I played Jury, Ken, and Manon is severely underrated too. She's most likely top 10. Do you know what I was saying about Aki's jab? I said her jab just doesn't reach to frame trap off of certain plus on block normals. That's like a thing that characters can do. They can frame trap with their jab multiple times when they're plus on block. So this is like a really nice thing to have. And this person's just unaware of how the game works, I think. This person mains Ken, by the way, or plays Ken. So this is their Ken rant. Imagine typing all this out, by the way. If you're losing to Dragon Lash Kick, you're just bad. There's no excuse. Light, medium, and the run cancel versions are so negative on block, no one uses them. They have value as throw baits and they're good if your opponent's in burnout. But yeah, outside of burnout, it's not how it goes. It is always heavy, which has so much startup. It's literally just a free drive impact or uppercut every time. If your actions suck or your connection is bad, just press jab instead and get a forced knockdown. So now he has to eat your mix up on wake up. If you're really bad, just press parry and throw. Ken's only option if you parry his Dragon Lash is to tech your throw or raw EXDP level 3 super. Okay, for starters, if you perfect parry it, he has no option. He just gets punished. If you regular parry it, the frame data doesn't change. It's plus on block. So this already, listen, you have to remember, it is free to create an account and argue about fighting games on the internet, right? It doesn't cost this person any money to just type these things. I mean, Dragon Lash, if you're ready for it, is very easy to stop. The reason it's good is that amongst all of his other strong tools, it's a hard move to stop. Second, this one is my favorite. His Jinrai mix-ups aren't real. Block the first hit of Jinrai, then delayed light punch kick or whatever. It's pretty much the same thing as delayed throw tech, so it really isn't hard. If he does the low kick follow-up, you're still blocking and get a free punish counter combo. If he does any other follow-up, you get a free punish counter with the same button. If he does no follow-up, you get a free punish counter with the same button. Have you ever tried to do this? Like, I know that you've never fought against a Ken who's delaying or changing the timing on Jinrai or using different versions. And also, Jinrai while you're in burnout is absurd. It's ridiculous. I want you to know, I said to Mena, did you know someone in my YouTube comments said that Jinrai is bad? And it's not real, and you can just delay jab it. And you should have seen how hard he laughed. You know, he knows how to deal with this. He was dying laughing. He's like, people really type this shit? This has got to be the worst part about this. He has the worst fireball in the game. Yes, worse than Aki in every aspect aside from startup. Saying Ken has a better fireball game than Ryu is the most wildly inaccurate statement ever made in the history of Street Fighter. Yeah, I said Ken's fireball is better than Ryu's in this game. For one simple reason. EX Fireball into Drive Rush, right? You can't EX Fireball into Drive Rush normal with Ken, by the way. That's just a flat out lie. EX Fireball, Drive Rush with Ken, this is actually very real. Every human who plays Ken does this. This person is just not, they don't know how to play the game. His Fireball recovery sucks so bad you can literally walk forward and then jump over it and still hit him before he recovers. The regular versions are also negative on block. They're punishable from any range. He can cancel into them off his normal. He doesn't have a better Fireball game than anyone. This is the average Ken player, by the way. Ken's standing medium punch is negative on block, by the way, lol. It's not a good pressure tool at all. In fact, the only normal that isn't negative on block is crouching medium punch. His best two pokes aren't special cancelable, so they're free drive impact bait. His anti-airs are trash, with his best being way below average, his down heavy punch. Yeah, Ken with his Shoryuken has bad anti-airs. He has the worst regular uppercuts in the game for anti-airs too. His level 1 is literally trash. Oh yeah, the invincible level 1 that side swaps. It is an anti-air which does an anti-air and does no damage. Who said his level 1's an anti-air? Who told you it's an anti-air? His level 2 is average at best. His level 3 is good. His Tatsu has good corner carry at the expense of sweet FA damage and no anti-fireball property. Imagine ever downplaying Ken's Tatsu in this game. His movement speed is good, but his normals are definitely below average. And his damage output is below average unless you're in the corner. Ken isn't S tier because he isn't even top 5. There's literally no chance in hell Ken is better than JP, Guile, DJ, or Blanca. And realistically, he isn't better than Luke because they pretty much do the same thing, but Luke does everything better except walk speed and corner carry. So Ken may be around 7th overall. Still top 10, but definitely not top 5. 3 little upvotes. 3 other Ken players saw this. As a YouTuber, a content creator, you love comments like this. You know why? Because it reminds you that you're a sane human being. When you read this, you're like, oh my God. All right, nice. I must be on top of things. Imagine typing any of this and believing it's real. Ken has bad anti-airs and EX Fireball, and to run doesn't work, and his level 1 is bad. Like, Jinrai is just delayed jab and you beat it. Like, if you write all of these incorrect things, on what planet do you even want me to like look at it and not just laugh? Everything you said is so wrong, and you just said it while constantly being like, lol, are you stupid? And then typing things that are wrong. It's just like, wow. Saying Ken's anti-airs is bad is unreal. Like, that is a... How? Whose anti-airs are good if Ken's are bad? Also, don't you just know when you do a negative move on block that you can still have pressure after? It's like one of the easiest things to develop in fighting games. Maybe it's the easiest thing to develop. You have no plus on block normal. How do you create offense, right? Like, this is -1, 0, -2, -2, you know, -3, -2, -6, -5. How do I create offense, right? With a character that has all minus on block normals. So my opponent's mashing, crouching, jab after what I do. You see this? To start with, characters universally in this game, right? Their jab, jab, jabs, their jab chains tend to frame trap. You know, this just works. Yeah, Marissa is an exception, but you know, this tends to be the first example. After that, you can also just space out your normal. So this move is -2 on block. He goes to reversal jab. So you may say, all right, well, doesn't he just hit like a bigger button? What if he hits crouching medium kick, right? To catch your button. You could do a tighter button. Or block the crouching medium kick, and now I'm +6, right? Challenge with whatever I want to do after, right? Heavy punch. And I'm like, cool, what up? What are you going to do about this heavy punch? Boom. Or you can use the target combo off of this move to catch the button and cancel an EX Fireball, because this is safe, right? So like, you know, you can do this, or Jinrai or whatever. It is really solid to have access to this jab check. If you do like whatever meaty and you just do this, like what is he gonna poke me with if I'm minus in the corner after this move? This is why this move is so good, because look at how far away I am. I mean, it does it into itself. Like I'm spacing trapping him without even, look at this, you know. So like there's a lot of really good options. This is a really rough spot for him to deal with. Same thing with this move. This move is punishable on block. It's -5, so it's not even safe. This move is like straight up not even safe to do, right? But like if it's spaced out, you know, what is he gonna do about it? The frame advantage is there, but like -2 here is very different than -2 here, because like I just, you know, he can't reach me, right? So you just do this, and then he's just cooked. Like it's just it's a really rough range for him to deal with. Even this move too, right? This move is minus on block. His ability to space you out and his strong tools are really good, and that's not counting doing drive rush stuff to be plus. You know, so that's that. And yeah, this isn't just a Ken thing. This is every character. If I flip the characters, if I'm Jamie versus Ken, like I showed this exact thing in my spacing trap video, you know, like this is gonna be jab checked, right? And then also even this move is not plus on block. Same thing with this. This move is minus on block. And like poking back against this is hard, right? Like it's very difficult to poke back against this move. And then same thing, even if he's set to reversal crouching medium kick, right? Like this. See this? You just do a move, and even though it's minus, you space it out so that when your opponent tries to poke back, it whips. Every character in the game can do this. you know, hit me with a guile option. No, you go to training mode and find one. I can tell you one. Do crouching medium kick into crouching medium kick. The second one hits punish counter, soul soul. You just do flash kick after. If you played guile and you haven't done this on accident, you're probably just not very good. This has gotta be the most accidental spacing trap in the game. It literally cannot be an easier one to find than that, I have to assume. I did a video where I showed every character in the game doing this. Just take the idea and then find something that's good for your character. If you want to create a whip, so look at this. You just type in Sajam spacing trap on YouTube. You go here, there's me wearing a similar colored shirt, but not the same. And I showed the whole cast. Look, there's like a little high, look at this. This is every character in the game doing this. Any character, it's easy. Listen. I think if you get DI'd in neutral a lot, I think the answer is not DI is dumb because I can't use my pokes. I think the answer is I don't think or look at the screen, so I'm like upset with what's happening. Because most of the time people hit you with DI, it's like a surprise in the corner or they hard call out a move. But like if you're playing normal neutral, it's very rare for you to just like do this and then like get hit by this. Most of the time you would just block, right? Or you would be doing something like this. They spent one drive gauge and you lose half on block. And if they're hard committing DI like that, usually it means that they're waiting to see like this and then they're gonna DI it, which means you could just do this or like do nothing, do this, and then they just fool it and then you just do this back. And like the reward is so valuable for you, so.